Awesome. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 edition of the International Peace Festival that's being held here in Toronto, Canada, and live streamed right across the world. We are celebrating this week the International World Day of Peace, and we are concluding the 2023 edition of the festival with this annual's award ceremony. Now, my name is Camille Wilson. I am the audience host of Cityline, Canada's largest running show for women in Canada. I'm also a traffic reporter for City News 680, and that is the #1 radio station here in Toronto for news, traffic, and weather. And I'm also a producer at Breakfast Television, our 3-time Screen Award-winning morning show. And I'm very happy to be here at the International Peace Festival's award ceremony. Now, as we continue with this evening's festivities, I would like to invite Mr. Terrence Kings to give us the opening address.
I think I'm gonna take this out. Okay. Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the International Film Festival, Peace Festival Awards ceremony. First of all, we want to thank you for coming to celebrate the lives of individuals that have dedicated their passion, their craft to effect change. It's always a great feeling to know that you are recognized for the things that you do. And I know that some of these powerful individuals who will be recognized tonight, they didn't just do this to be recognized. They did it because it's a passion. And we're grateful for a platform like the International Peace Festival because they are providing doors and inspiring people to continue to use their craft to effect change. The International Peace Festival seeks innovative ways to peace. Having awards for music, for film, arts and culture, it's a different way to celebrate people that are championing the cause of peace. Everybody knows it's always, when it comes to peace, it's always done through conventional methods. But the International Peace Festival is breaking those conventional methods and introducing innovative ways to celebrate people that are dedicating their lives for peace. And we want to recognize that, and we want to give a hand of applause to the organization, please. And we want to say thank you to the International Peace Festival for honoring these people. It is a sign that whatever you're doing in life is never forgotten. It is a sign of encouragement to other people that are watching online and those that will watch after this, that whatever you do, you could be a musician, you could be an artist, you could be a film director, producer, whatever you do, there is always something that we can include in our work that leads to peace. And we are so happy just looking at everyone here. We all come from different backgrounds. We speak different languages. But the beautiful thing about peace is that it doesn't matter where you come from. We are all the same and looking to achieve the same thing, which is peace for everyone. So having arts involved, having people being recognized for their work and what they do, it's a special feeling. And we want to take this moment tonight to honor these people and say, we see you, we love you, we recognize your efforts, and that you should never give up, because there's always going to be people that will celebrate you like the International Peace Festival. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
The International Peace Festival Awards Ceremony celebrates the IPF Special Merit Awards and the Film Merit Awards. 11 awards of merit and 5 special merit awards. Now we will begin with presenting the 2023 Film Awards, followed by the Special Merit Awards. Every film shown at the International Peace Festival is an extraordinary viewing experience. The IPF Film Merit Awards are prizes awarded by the International Peace Festival as part of its initiative to raise awareness for the social relevance of films. This year, the festival honors 10 films with a Best Film Merit Award, each film of which originates from the world region mostly aligned with the continent on which the country of film origin is located. A Film of the Year award is also conferred on a film selected for its valuable work on humanitarian and environmental issues. All award winners will be presented with an original award created by A.B. Crystal Collection at the award ceremony held annually at the closing of this evening's festival. And now I would like to welcome Ms. Angelique Codina, Vice President and the Artistic Director of the International Peace Festival, to announce the 2023 Film Award honorees. Give her a hand.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Camille Wilson, and thank you so much, Mr. Terrence Kings, for your very eloquent address. I would like to invite to the podium here with me Ms. Nadia Chao, who is the Miss Face of Humanity Global Peace Ambassador and Chair of the Global Peace Ambassador Program of the International Peace Festival. And she is the Global Peace Ambassador, Miss Face of Humanity 2022. Recipient, Ms. Chao is going to assist me in giving out the awards. Now, with respect to the films, as Ms. Camille indicated, and I hope I can be heard properly, we will begin, I would begin by explaining, as Ms. Wilson indicated, that every year we award 10 films, Best Film Merit category, and each film represents a region of the world. There are 10 regions of the world, and we will be going through them alphabetically. The first film that has won this year's 2023 Best Film Africa category is Bobby Wine, The People's President, directed by Moses Bayo. And unfortunately, Mr. Bayo was not able to make it to Toronto, but we have a clip that we will show you from Mr. Bayo and also the other director. Thank you.
Moses and I are firstly very sorry that we couldn't be with you tonight. We would love to have been with you, but we're incredibly honored to receive this award. It means a lot to us, but it also means a lot to the people of Uganda and all those who struggle worldwide for democracy. And it's just fabulous, and thank you very much.
If
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor for us to receive this award. We are so blessed to be here. We dedicate this award to the men and women who have fought for freedom around the world and those who are championing the fight for freedom back in Uganda. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to Mr. Sharp. Thank you very much to Mr. Sharp and Mr. Bayo, who were unable to attend in Toronto, and we have their award, which we are accepting on their behalf. Thank you so much, Ms. Roxy, if you would be kind enough to receive the award back. We are going to now continue with the next second film honoree. Best Film for Asia is the film All That Breathes by directed by Shonak Sen. Mr. Sen, again, was not able to attend in Toronto personally, so we will be accepting the award on his behalf. Thank you so very much to Mr. Sen. Thank you, Ms. Roxy, if you'd be kind enough. The third film is the Best Film Merit Award for Central America, and the film is The Kings of the World, directed by Ms. Laura Mora Ortega, who, due to work reasons, was not able to travel to Toronto. We again do accept the award on her behalf, and thank you so much. I must say that these are extraordinary films. We have screened the films here at the International Peace Festival in Toronto. I urge each and every one of you who is viewing this today online via stream, that you take note of the names of these films. They are also noted on our website, internationalpeacefestival.net. And these are films that I believe each and every one of us needs to view, very relevant films. And so we will proceed now with the fourth film, awarded Best Film for Eastern Europe. This is the film Krzysztof Wodipsko, The Art of Anwar, directed by Ms. Mila Nero. Ms. Nero has accepted the award but is unable to attend, so we thank her and we accept the award on her behalf. The next film is Best Film for European Union. This has been awarded to the film All Your Faces. It is a film from France, directed by Ms. Jean Harry. And I would invite Mr. Commander CDR Don Maestro to receive the award on behalf of All Your Faces. Thank you. Mr. Maestro, would you like to say a few words, sir? I will have to translate from French. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup pour le prix. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the prize. Thank you. All right. And next we have a Best Film from the Middle East, Beirut, Dreams in Color, which is directed by Mr. Michael Collins. And we do have present with us the producer of this film, Ms. Sarah Cascas, who is here to accept the award. And Ms. Cascas, would you come to the podium, please? Thank you.
Hi. Thank you very, very much. This is actually a very special award for Beirut Dreams in Color because it really recognizes the possibility of peace. I say the possibility, despite the oppression that queer communities are facing all over the world. And I stress on all over the world, it's not just in the Middle East, okay? There's this quote in the film that I really love, and it says, "It's hard to fight and grieve at the same time." And for me, I think this is very true, but on an individual level. I think that equality should not be an individual fight. I also think that violence should not be an individual grievance. And it is really unfair and devastating that we are all suffering this in the world, and I think we all have a role to play to make this a safer place. I want to thank Director Michael Collins and my fellow producers, Marty and James, for this beautiful journey and collaboration that we've been on, and also Angelique and the International Peace Festival for this platform that shows that arts is also a tool for peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cascas. We will now continue with the next film, which has been awarded Best Film for North America, which is Brainwashed: Sex, Camera, Power, directed by Ms. Nina Menkes, who has flown from Los Angeles to accept the award. Thank you, Ms. Menkes, if you'd be kind enough to come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody, and Angelique and the whole team here. It's a very special award. I certainly hope that this film, Brainwash Sex Camera Power, helps to bring peace to those of us who have been disempowered by visual language. And Brainwash specifically talks about the disempowerment of women through visual language in cinematic conventions that have been repeated ad nauseum from the beginning of cinematic history through the present, over decades, over genres, whether it's male directors or female directors. Certain photographic conventions are repeated in A-list movies, in the films that we love, and our favorite films that win Cannes and the Academy Awards, that disempower women through objectifying photography, even when that woman might be the protagonist of the film. So it's very subtle, it's a meta message, and it infiltrates our consciousness. So I hope that this film helps to break that spell that we've been under, and bring all of us a little bit more peace and equality. And a number of people have asked me if the film can be streamed in Canada. I believe that if you search it on the internet, it does come up streaming quite a number of different places. And we love to hear from you if you've seen the film. Please reach out at Menkes Film or at Brainwash Movie and let us know what you think. Thank you so much, Angelique, and everybody. Really appreciate the honor, and wishing peace for everybody.
Thank you very, very much, Ms. Menkes. The next film that has been awarded Best Film category is for the region of Oceania, and the film is The New Boy, directed by Mr. Warwick Thornton. Unfortunately, Mr. Thornton is in Spain at the moment, and he was unable to attend. He sends us his greetings and his appreciation for the award, and we do receive it on his behalf. Thank you so very much. The next film is Best Film for South America, Argentina, 1985, directed by Mr. Santiago Mitre. Mr. Mitre, again, sends his regrets for not being able to attend. He is working in Europe at the moment, and he does thank the International Peace Festival and is very honored to receive the award, which we accept on his behalf. Thank you. The next film is Best Film for the Caribbean, La Línea Imaginaria, which is directed by Mr. Philip Escobar Jung, who was unable to attend, and again has sent his greetings, and we accept on his behalf. Thank you very, very much. This now concludes the 10 Best Film Award nominees and honorees, and we now will present the Film of the Year Award, which has been awarded to the film Rooted in Peace, directed by Mr. Greg Reitman. We have a clip that Mr. Reitman has asked us to show. He has been unable to attend, but we do have someone involved with the film that will be coming to the podium shortly to accept the award, but we can proceed with the clip at the moment. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Byron Martin. Would you be kind enough to come here to give us a few words and to accept the award? Thank you.
Wow, such a, have to do a little Neil Diamond or something while I'm here at the podium. Just on behalf of Greg, who is my partner in working with him on a number of other ventures, I just wanted to say thank you. He couldn't be here, so he sent me. I live here. Rooted in Peace is a very personal journey of him, and when he was looking and trying to answer many questions about peace and individualism and environmentalism. And the film really looks at a number of areas of how people can come together. And it's really a beautiful little film. And it certainly means a lot to him, and so much so that he wrote a book called Rooted in Peace. So that's available, and I encourage everybody to look it up and give it a read. It's a very passionate piece of literature. So on behalf of Greg and thank you, Angelique, and thank you, the festival, for this beautiful award. If he convinces me to share it with him, I'll give it to him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martin. We are now going to proceed to announce the 5 Special Merit Awards. Every year, we award award known as the Celebrity Peace Ambassador Award. This award, it has been awarded to Ms. Jane Fonda, American actress and political activist, who is the recipient of the 2023 IPF FIP Celebrity Peace Ambassador Award. The IPF Celebrity Peace Ambassador Award is given annually to a celebrity who uses their fame and influence to make a real difference in the world. The purpose of the award is to honor a man or woman of peace from the world of culture and entertainment who has stood up for human rights and for the spread of the principles of peace and solidarity in the world, and who has made an outstanding contribution to international social justice and peace. Ms. Fonda grew from a young actor on the fringes of 1960s intellectual and social movements to a political activist in her own right. Apart from doing her work as a traditional protester, Ms. Fonda established herself as a serious actress in socially conscious films and used her position as a performer to affect changes with her movies through the art of filmmaking. Recognized as a film icon, Ms. Fonda is the recipient of various accolades, too many to enumerate here, but which include 2 Academy Awards, 2 British Academy Film Awards, 7 Golden Globe Awards, a Primetime Emmy Award, the AFI Life Achievement Award, the Honorary Palme d'Or, and the Cecil B. DeMille Award. Though she is best known for her opposition to the Vietnam War, she has extended her efforts to several other movements, including the fights for civil, women's, and environmental rights. Ms. Fonda has participated in some of the biggest activist movements of the last half-century of American history. Beginning in the 1960s, the Academy Award-winning actress's journey to social consciousness carries on to this day. Still speaking out for causes close to her heart, such as the Black Lives Matter movement and the environmental crisis, Ms. Fonda rebels against the establishment even in her 80s, continuing to be as committed an activist as she ever was. Ms. Fonda's philanthropic works have focused on youth and education, adolescent reproductive health, environment, human services, and the arts. Ms. Fonda has established the Georgia Campaign for Adolescent Power and Potential, GCAPP, in the mid-1980s, and the Fonda Family Foundation in the late 1990s. In the mid-20s, Ms. Fonda founded the Jane Fonda Foundation in 2004 with $1 million of her own money as a charitable corporation with herself as president, chair, director, and secretary. Ms. Fonda contributes 10 hours each week on its behalf. In 2017, she began selling merchandise featuring her 1970 arrest mugshot on her website, the proceeds of which benefit GCAPP. Ms. Fonda's mission in life is to help others, to provide a platform for marginalized groups, and to educate the public on climate change, sexism, and racism. As a woman of action, she will forever be known for her inimitable acting skills, timeless beauty, courageous heart, and enduring strength. The International Peace Festival, Festival International de la Paix, credits Ms. Fonda not only for progressive cinema, but also for her social conscience and for never hesitating to fight for her principles. Thank you, Ms. Fonda, and congratulations for this well-deserved award. Ms. Fonda notified us that she was unable to attend today due to working engagements and commitments, and she's traveling. So she thanks the International Peace Festival, and we are accepting the award on her behalf. The next award is known as the Honorary Artistic Award. For 2023, this award has been granted to Mr. David Suzuki. And Mr. Suzuki is a long-time activist and promoter of a sustainable balance between society and the natural world. As the 2023 recipient of the IPF FIP Honorary Artistic Award, formally presented to him here today. The IPF FIP Honorary Artistic Award recognizes the specific nature of cultural and artistic work and the uniqueness of cultural and natural heritage conservation, protection, and promotion as a critical contributor to peace. The award honors Mr. Suzuki's broadcasting career and environmental activism, by which he has aimed to stimulate interest in the natural world, to point out threats to human well-being and wildlife habitat, and to present alternatives to humanity for achieving a more sustainable society. Since the mid-1970s, Mr. Suzuki has been known for his television and radio series, documentaries, and books about nature and the environment. He is best known as host and narrator of the popular and long-running CBC television science program, The Nature of Things, seen in over 40 countries. He is also well known for criticizing governments for their lack of action to protect the environment. Mr. Suzuki began in television on January 10, 1971 with the weekly children's show Suzuki on Science. In 1974, he founded the radio program Quirks and Quarks, which he also hosted on CBC AM radio, the forerunner of CBC Radio 1, from 1975 to 1979. Throughout the 1970s, he also hosted Science Magazine, a weekly program geared towards an adult audience. Since 1979, Mr. Suzuki has hosted The Nature of Things, a CBC television series that has aired in nearly 50 countries worldwide. In this program, Mr. Suzuki's aim has been to stimulate interest in the natural world, to point out threats to human well-being and wildlife habitat, and to present alternatives to humanity for achieving a more sustainable society. Mr. Suzuki has been a prominent proponent of renewable energy sources and soft energy path. And I will not continue with the announcement, the awards announcement, which you can find on our website. Due to its length, Mr. Suzuki has been awarded so many numerous awards over the years that it would be too lengthy to enumerate here. But we do offer our sincerest and warmest congratulations to Mr. Suzuki for using television and the broadcast medium as a tool to educate and empower citizenry around the globe to take action in their communities on the environmental challenges we collectively face, and to conserve and protect the natural environment in order to create a sustainable world. The International Peace Festival, Festival International de la Paix, is honored to list Mr. Suzuki among its annual honorees as a testament to his perseverance and contributions in making this a better world for all. Thank you. These days, Mr. Suzuki resides in Vancouver, in British Columbia, and is not flying, and so he was unable to attend Toronto for the award ceremony, but he thanks us, and we accept the award for him. Thank you. Now, the next three awards are known as the Lifetime Achievement Awards. One of the awards is awarded in music, the other is in the arts, and the final is in film. The first award, the one for Lifetime Achievement Award in Music, is awarded to Ms. Tanya Tagak. Ms. Tanya Tagak is a Canadian Inuk throat singer and songwriter. She is a Polaris Prize and Juno-winning Inuk singer from Cambridge Bay, Nunavut, Canada, on the south coast of Victoria Island. Her music mixes traditional Inuit throat singing with modern pop and alternative sounds. Over the years, she has developed her own solo form of Inuit throat singing, which is normally done by two women. She is known for delivering fearsome, elemental performances that are visceral and physical, heaving and breathing and alive. Ms. Tagak's singing is haunting, both in breathtaking, beautiful, and completely terrifying manners, switching almost instantaneously and at times rapidly between high-octave, almost operatic melodies and guttural yelps. Her albums make for complex listening, but her string of Juno nominations attests to her ability to make difficult music speak a universal tongue. Her album Animism won the 2014 Polaris Prize, a music award annually given to the best full-length Canadian album based on artistic merit, regardless of genre, sales, or record label. The album also won the Juno Award for Aboriginal Recording of the Year at the Juno Awards of 2015 and was nominated for Alternative Album of the Year. In 2005, her CD entitled Sina, in Inuk Titut for Edge, was nominated for 5 awards at the Canadian Aboriginal Music Awards. At the ceremony on 25 of October 2005, the CD won awards for Best Producer, Engineer, Best Album Design, and Ms. Tagak herself won the Best Female Artist Award. Sina was nominated for the 2006 Juno Awards as the Best Aboriginal Recording. In 2012, her work also landed in the world of television when Ms. Tagak performed the theme music for the CBC television show Arctic Air. Although she has become a popular performer on Canadian folk festivals such as Folk on the Rocks in 2005, she's best known both in Canada and internationally for her collaborations with Bjork, including concert tours and the 2004 album Medulla. She has also performed with the Kronos Quartet and Shuglnifty and featured on the Aboriginal People's Television Network. Her awards and recognitions are too long to enumerate here today, but we would like to take this opportunity to honor and praise Ms. Tagak not only for her musical achievements, but also for her artistry and activism. She has consistently fought to expose hard truths about systemic racism in governments, missing and murdered Indigenous women, and has proudly supported the practices and preservation of her culture. In 2020, she provided narration in the music video for End of the Road, a protest song about the issue of missing and murdered Indigenous women by the rock band Crown Lands. Congratulations, Ms. Tagak, for a well-deserved award. The International Peace Festival, Festival International de la Paix, is proud to acknowledge your many achievements and contributions to peace building, reconciliation, and conflict prevention processes through your numerous and cultural engagements. Bravo. Thank you. Unfortunately, Ms. Tagak is out of the country at the moment on work-related responsibilities, and she was unable to attend. Again, we thank her and we accept the award on her behalf. The next honoree is Mr. Mikola Zuravel, who is receiving today the Lifetime Achievement Award in Art. Mr. Zuravel is a Ukrainian painter and sculptor whose works have been exhibited internationally, including in the Ukraine, Canada, China, Japan, USA, United Kingdom, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, and Italy. Mr. Zuravel was born in the Ukraine and graduated from the prestigious Kyiv State Arts Institute, now the National Academy of Visual Arts and Architecture of Ukraine. He was awarded the Zoloty Peretin Prize and Artist of the Year title, 1996, the first place Ukrainian Painting Triennale, 1998, and the Wurpseed Art Prize, Berlin, 2016. and was nominated for the Shevchenko Prize Kyiv in 2011 and the Pan-Ukrainian Painting Triennial First Prize 2016. He's a member of the National Union of Artists of Ukraine and the Kyiv-based art association, BG Art, and was granted the title of Academician of the Academy of Contemporary Art of Rome in 2009. Combining classic and artistic traditions, an international worldview, and a deeply personal sensation of life and peace, he creates works that search for compatibility between mankind and earth, while pointedly making reference to the obstacles that human beings have placed in the way of a harmonious existence. Additionally, seeking to break down boundaries between painting and sculpture, performance and installation art, Mr. Zuravel's resulting pieces appear vibrant, multifaceted, and inventive. His ambitious style results in a remarkable series of living images of a visionary utopia. In bestowing the Lifetime Achievement Award in Art to Mr. Mykola Zuravel, the International Peace Festival, Festival International de la Paix Awards Committee, honors and celebrates Mr. Zuravel's exceptional artistic achievements in using his talents to communicate and give expression to messages of peace, unity, and understanding. We take this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Zuravel on his nomination and for his outstanding work and contribution in important artistic themes and symbols that explore and give solace and inspiration in the timeless message of peace that transcends time and space. Thank you. Mr. Zuravel is not at the moment available to attend the award ceremony, and he thanks the International Peace Festival, and we accept the award on his behalf. Thank you. And finally, we have the Lifetime Achievement Award in Film, which is being awarded this year for 2023 to Ms. Jennifer Bajwal, and is presented here at the awards ceremony. Ms. Jennifer Bajwal, documentary filmmaker, writer, and producer, recipient of the 2023 IPF FIP Lifetime Achievement Award in Film. Ms. Bajwal has been directing and producing documentaries for over 25 years. Her films have played all over the world and won multiple awards nationally and internationally, including an International Emmy, 3 Gemmy Awards, and Best Cultural and Best Independent Canadian Documentary at Hot Dogs for features such as Let It Come Down, The Life of Paul Bowles, The Holier It Gets, Acts of God, and Payback. She and her spouse and professional partner, cinematographer and director Nicolas Depensier, have previously worked together on featured documentaries, including Long Time Running about the Tragically Hip's 2016 summer tour, and an environmental trilogy made with Edward Burtynsky, Manufactured Landscapes, Watermark, and Anthropocene, The Human Epoch. Her films have won many awards and honors. Let It Come Down, The Life of Paul Bowles, won an International Emmy in 1999. The Holier It Gets, a documentary filmed in Canada and India, won Best Cultural and Best Independent Canadian Documentary at Hot Dogs 2000, and won Geminis for both writing, directing, and editing in documentary series. Manufactured Landscapes won, among others, TIFF's Best Canadian Film, Al Gore's Real Current Award, and the Toronto Film Critics Association Award for Best Canadian Film in 2006. It played theatrically in over 15 territories worldwide and was named as one of 150 essential works in Canadian cinema history by TIFF in 2016. Act of God, about the metaphysical effects of being struck by lightning, opened the Hot Dogs Film Festival May 2009. Payback, an adaptation of Margaret Atwood's Massey Lectures, produced by Revita Din and the National Film Board, premiered in competition at the Sundance Film Festival in January 2012, released in the US and Canada. The feature documentary Watermark, made with Edward Burtynsky and Nicolas Depensier, premiered at TIFF 2013, released in Canada, and won the Toronto Film Critics Association Prize. Best Canadian Film in 2014. It has since been released in 11 countries. The feature documentary film Anthropocene, The Human Epoch, premiered at TIFF 2018, played Sundance and the Berlin Brinali was released in Canada and the US in September 2019, among other territories around the world. The film won the Toronto Film Critics Association Prize for Best Canadian Film in 2018. Ms. Bajwal sits on the board of Swim, Drink, Fish Canada and is a member of the Ryerson University School of Image Arts Advisory Council. As a director of the board of the Toronto International Film Festival 2016-2022, she was a passionate ambassador of their Share Her Journey campaign, a 5-year commitment to increasing participation, skills, and opportunities for women behind and in front of the camera. Her new initiatives revolve around BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, and People of Color voices. Indeed, through film, she has used one medium of inquiry, art, trying to illuminate another, science. She is committed to making a difference in her films, reflect this commitment by engaging the viewer and promoting experiential understanding, that is, taking people to places they are connected to but would never normally see, and allowing them to experience these contexts without judging or telling them what to think. Her philosophy has given her a lens through which to look at the world and strengthened her resolve in our ability to bring about change, whether through small individual acts or bigger gestures, such as engaging with activist groups and collectives that are doing the vital work of challenging our government and political systems, or fighting against corporate lobbying and influencing driven by profit and greed. Studies have shown that only 3.5% of a population is necessary to create change. Ms. Bajwal believes we can manage that. We live in a world of influence and social change, and as a filmmaker, Ms. Bajwal wants to contribute to a better world. She challenges the conventions of film and its ability to effect change in the world. Both as an artistic expression and a medium, Ms. Bajwal's films prove to be a powerful mechanism of communication to pursue social change and engage with the communities at large. The International Peace Festival, Festival International de la Paix, applauds and supports Ms. Bajwal's initiative to inspire social change through cinema and to tell untold stories that matter to catalyze change, empower communities, engage, and positively impact the public, inclusive and equitable society. Thank you, Ms. Bajwal, and congratulations. If you would be kind enough.
Thank you so much. I'm deeply honored and humbled by this award, and I really thank both the initiative of this International Peace Festival and the amazing amount of work that has been done to collect this extraordinary group of artists, filmmakers together in the service of peace. I don't have anything sort of planned, so I'm just going to wing it. I hope that's okay. But first of all, thank you. And I also have to say that there are lots of people. Film is a collaborative mission. It is not something that you do in a vacuum. You're always working with others. And we have probably been working with the same post-production crews, editors, sound people, etc., for the past 20 years now, and there's something incredibly gratifying about sharing that journey with the people who you work with. Of course, the primary person that I share this journey with is my husband, Nick DePontier, who's sitting over there, and he's going to be a bit embarrassed. Yeah, there he is, looking around. We have been married and worked together. We just had our 25th wedding anniversary. And as you can imagine, it's not always the easiest thing to work with your spouse, because you can be, fighting about who's doing the laundry, and then you're talking about how are we going to finish manufactured landscapes? How is the film going to end? And yet there is something deeply rewarding about sharing both an ethic and a passion with someone who you also love deeply. So Thank you, dear. Throughout my career, I've often sensed this tension between social and environmental justice among the camps of both. There are people who say that if you're for social justice, if you care about people in the world, that you're wasting your time thinking about environmental justice or fighting for it. And then, of course, there are people who, on the environmental justice side, who are saying, while elephants are being killed for poaching, how can anybody think of anything else? And there was this sort of conflict sometimes, and I was always puzzled by it because, to me, those two things are absolutely inextricably intertwined. Social and environmental justice go together. If we lose biodiversity, we lose ourselves. It isn't an accident that most of the industrial landscapes exist in the global south or in neighborhoods that don't have the lobby to prevent, the NIMBYism that comes from that lobby because they have wealth and power. And so I have always tried in our work to toggle that balance of environmental and social justice. The other element that is really important to me as a filmmaker, and to Nick as well, is that when you travel all over the world as we do to make films, there are two questions to that. A, is it worth the carbon footprint that we make to make these films? Is it really worth the amount of energy we spend in order to get the message across? And to be honest, it's something that I still lie awake at night and think about. So that's an unresolved question. But the other one is that I grew up a product of a bicultural family. My father was from South India. My mother was a British nurse in training. He went to London for postgraduate work and they met there, and then all hell broke loose because in the 1950s, South Asian men, Indian men did not marry British girls, and first her family kicked her out and then his family kicked him out, and when they went back to India, it took a year before his family would even meet her. And in the end, I'm a bit sad to say that the English family never came around, but the Indian family certainly did and recognized both their love for each other and that kind of thing does not know race boundaries, cultural boundaries. But what it resulted in, I suppose, for us, me and my three siblings, was a kind of feeling of not really belonging anywhere. We were never totally part of our Indian family, and the festivals like Diwali and whatever, we'd be a little bit like, we weren't in it. And then certainly with our British relatives, we didn't see them for many years. I met my aunt for the first time when I was 21 years old, when I ran away to Morocco to meet the writer Paul Bowles, which became our first feature film. And that long-winded story is to say that it was something that I railed against for many years, just this feeling of kind of not belonging, not having a collective identity that I could fall back on or be comfortable with. And I realized about 10 years ago that that's exactly what makes me able to do my work, because I understand marginality, cultural marginality, or I understand it because I've lived it my whole life. And I'm not saying that there are plenty of people who have experienced much more marginality than I have. So let's, remember, I'm standing in a room like this in Toronto telling you this, so let's keep it in perspective. However, it made me understand, as did my background in philosophy and theology and religious studies, that the only way I could be a filmmaker, a documentary filmmaker, was by making the ethics of engagement the most important part of our work. Because it is already an aggressive act to point a camera in somebody's face, and when you're doing that from halfway around the world, that's also deeply problematic. But if you are able to have the humility to relinquish control instead of trying to hold on to it, and if you have the faith in that context that it will, the people, the place, the creatures and the species will identify themselves to you in some way so that you are able to be the conduit for that story. That is the way that we work. It's very inefficient. We totally overshoot. I spend a year in the edit room making our films. These are not efficient on-budget projects, I'll just say that. I mean, Nick, thank God, keeps the numbers in line. But I believe that that is what allows us to do this international work and to find, as you said, both to take people to places they're responsible for but would not normally see, like the recycling yards of China, like the mines in Norilsk where the palladium comes from that is in all of our cell phones here at this table, but also the hope, the humanity, and the resilience of all life. And it's a great privilege to do this work, and I'm very honored for this award. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, on a bit of a final note, I would like to call to the podium Mr. Sat Anand, who is the founder of, one of the founders of Music for Peace International, our Indian music wing. The International Peace Festival has focuses on these three areas of art, general arts, then the film and music. And we have a program of music ambassadors who represent essentially different genres of music. So Mr. Anand is with the Indian Music Wing, which is here in Canada. And he can speak a little bit about the organization of this particular division of our festival and of the group. And earlier today we had the Indian Music Festival here in Toronto, where we had approximately 30 awards that were given to a number of the participants. Today, Mr. Anand will speak more about the organization, but it was commenced during the COVID, and it now has thousands of members and 10 different divisions across the world. So I will let him tell us a little bit more, and thank you very much, Mr. Anand.
Thank you, Angelique. Yeah, I represent Music for Peace International, and we started just before COVID. And during the COVID, it expanded a lot because nobody was allowed to meet each other, and we were meeting on the Zoom, and we were singing on the Zoom, and now it has grown to 11 countries. And today we performed for 5 hours of Indian music in different Indian regional languages. So thank you very much, Angelique, for giving us this honor and time. I appreciate that.
And I would now like to introduce a gentleman who has come all the way from Paris, France, Mr. Commander CDR Don Maestro, a renowned, internationally renowned composer and musician who is here under the high patronage of the Consul General of Monaco as the Council of, or Conseiller of World Events and Cultural events on behalf of the Consulate of Monaco. So Mr. Maestro opened the festival on Thursday, September 21st, performing his original composition, and will be now closing the festival today with the complete version, international premiere of the complete version of his original composition, World City. Thank you very much, and welcome, Mr. Maestro.
Thank you so much, Mr. Don Maestro. Now, on behalf of the International Peace Festival, we would like to thank you all for attending this evening's award ceremony. You are all welcome to finish off the evening with some dancing, and for those that are online, please stay tuned as the band comes up and we proceed with the evening's events. Thank you.